Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Let me open OneNote because I've written this all down in OneNote. Oh god.
All right, but so I can hear
Such
myself.
small text. Here we go. I have called this little one shot Ethan Abducted.
Ooh.
Cool. Oh god, this is a weird one. Probably the first of many, to be fair. I presume there'll be other little side adventures at some point or another.
Right.
With everyone at some point, presumably. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, that's one hit on the mic stand already still. I've run like multiple games between this and last session, and I'm still finding ways to hit the mic stand.
Jeez.
Anyway.
You gotta have like I don't even know.
Yeah.
Some way, yeah.
Hello, family, friends, fans, and fellow adventurers. Welcome back to Immortals, a brand new 5th edition campaign from Practical Heroes. It is set in the entirely custom homebrew world of Eroth, and this is a little one-off side adventure with Ethan Thorne, because last time our adventurers finished the last leg of their journey to Throughpass and found smoke curling up high into the sky. They followed closely at Seth's heels and began to investigate around the town. They met a few of Seth's friends, I would say, people that he knew from around town, including a member of the Dragon's Guard who was stationed in the Throughpass, and two of the owners of the infamous Three Turtle Tap Room, Terry and Talon. It's so hard to get the names out because I'm thinking of all of them and all the T's, and I'm just like, I but yes, you met Terry and Talon because Tino has been abducted. You guys discovered that there was something that the Harbinger cultists seemed to be after, and that something had apparently recently been stolen among many other useful items for the town of Throughpass by a nearby den of kobolds who are also infamous for constantly stealing from the town and often running away with invaluable supplies, which would probably be the ones needed right now to be rebuilding the town. So Mary started to track the odd blood splatters left by Tino and the footprints and any other tracks left by the Harbingers, and you guys started to track Tino down, at which point you were ambushed through the forest by a winter wolf, and after going and checking on its dead body and leaving it in peace with a small blessing to go with it, Ethan turned around to leave and began to make his way back across essentially almost like a frozen lake in aesthetic style. It was kind of a long sheet of ice, which suddenly, like a blast from the past, became hyper-reflective, and this pair of shadowy hands grabbed a hold of your heels or your ankles and pulled you through the solid ice. And that was where we had left off.
Oh, man.
So you feel yourself get pulled through this physical barrier. Like last time, it's a very strange feeling. It's like a mixture of that feeling of swimming through liquid, but also just falling through air. Like there is some resistance, but at the same time, you're not being horribly mangled as you're pulled through something solid.
Nice.
Would you like to do anything as you're feeling yourself being pulled?
Man. I don't even know. Like, am I still just being pulled down?
At the moment,
like,
yeah, this is like as you're being yanked.
Is it at a fast pace? Is it slow?
It feels quite fast. This is like a slight reaction almost as this is happening.
Okay.
As your arms shoot up in the air and you whoop.
So I said, so Ethan basically tries to, like with the amount of force, I'm guessing it's like kind of even like pushing my face up, like where it's hard to look down.
Yeah.
Like it's that fast. So, Ethan's struggling. He's trying to look down and he's trying to like kick his feet. What's going on?
Okay. Are you kicking to try and break free?
Yeah.
Cool. Make me either an athletics or an acrobatics check. I'll treat it like a grapple and leave it as your choice.
Ooh, natural 20 plus the 4, 24.
Sweet. So these hands are gripping around your ankles and they're pulling you, and as they do, you manage to kick one like in the thumb with your heel. That one lets go. You kick the other one in the wrist, and you feel yourself start to spiral and tumble out of control. And before you even realize what's going on, there is a thud as you land hard on your back on what feels like cold stone floor. It kind of knocks the wind out of your chest as you go onto completely solid ground, and you can hear next to you,
Who's there? Who's that?
Easy. I'm not trying to hurt you. I apologize for grabbing you, and it's even though this is a very strange occurrence and you're completely disoriented, there's something about the voice that feels familiar. And like at the moment there's kind of stars dancing across your vision from how hard you landed. You kind of rub your eyes a bit.
Can't see straight. Who is that? Who
Get up
who are you?
slowly.
Who are you? I mean,
You sit up, I presume.
mm-hmm. Standing up slowly, yeah.
Okay. And as you do, you see very interesting sight. It's almost quite similar to you in height, style. It's a little bit taller. It's standing about 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of you're blinking like this can't be me. And as the stars are clearing from your vision, you see this long black hair, quite clearly male in build, stature, very pale skin, similar to your own, and a pair of sterling silver eyes staring back at you.
Ooh. I gotta be dreaming. You look like me.
Well, I think we can both agree you got that from me. And as everything's slowly coming together in your head, you realize, stood in front of you right now, is Cedric Thorne, your father.
This can't be. I saw you die right before me.
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? The last thing I remember is you're just getting sucked into some type of portal.
Yeah, everything got a little bit weird. You look a bit hurt. Are you okay? And you can see now he's starting to take in, like, there's frost covering one side of you from the wolf breath. There's bite marks, there's claw marks. There's still, like, scratches and cuts from the previous few days fighting the Harbingers. Probably, like, a claw mark still from fighting the merfolk in the Wishing Pool. And you look pretty injured anyway.
I've been through worse. Well,
and he slowly walks up to you. Just, right. And he claps a hand on your shoulder. and you feel warmth spread through your body as he casts Cure Wounds at second level for 2d8 plus 2. Ooh, 12 hit points back.
Nice.
Which should put you on 25 out of 35, which is not
Yeah.
bad.
It's not bad at all.
A lot better than you were at before.
Right.
And as he kind of claps you on the shoulder, you feel the frost, like the chill burn almost that you had, start to heal up, and a lot of the wounds from previous days are closing up better, the scars starting to fade. And he just, so stuff got a little weird towards the end. What did you actually see? And he kind of sits down in front of you.
Wow. The last thing I remember seeing was you staring at me back. You just looked back at me and you smiled, just like you normally do, Dad. It's like yesterday, I can see it. Then this shadow figure came out and just started grabbing everyone, including yourself. Then this creature came out of the shadow, pointed at me, and screamed some type of, just said shadow walkers. And it started flying towards me. That's the last thing I remember. And now I'm here. I spent the last at least 13 years trying to figure all this out.
He's kind of leans back a bit. Okay, that's pretty easy to work with. So you remember I wasn't always around much. I was part of this group almost, and we were the Shadow Walkers, and like the stories that we used to tell you as kids, the boogeymen. Anything bad, any bad people, the Shadow Walkers made them disappear. They were real. I was one of them. Funny that. I guess it was just easier to help create a lie that this didn't exist, so that when we did come for people, they never expected it.
That makes sense, but Mom, what about Mom? The last thing I remember is just her laying on the ground. Is she all right?
That I don't know. We were betrayed. I think it was one of our own.
One of the Shadow Walkers?
Yeah, he tried to convince everyone that we'd got rid of everything bad that we needed to get rid of. And so the last tyrant that needed taking care of was us. And I mean, that made a lot of sense, and a lot of people were happy to go along with that, but I wasn't. So I didn't turn up. And they found me, and you, and yeah, they managed to get to us. How much do you know of Durafiel?
It's just not much. Just what you and Mom taught me.
So there are a lot of people who, I mean, it's pretty common knowledge that Durafiel is the god of time, the first who came forth. There are some people who follow him quite closely and get rewarded with powers, almost like other clerics and such, but the teachings I was able to uncover, there was something deeper, like this inside group almost, who were working essentially for him, but it's to kind of further his teachings and his aims. And they called themselves time thieves. They said they were able to steal time from people.
Steal time? I recently was able to do that myself. I still don't understand it. Although it doesn't work all the time.
His eyes light up as you say, good. So, good. It worked. I was hoping my devotion would be rewarded, and I hoped it would come to me, but
wait.
As you can see, I had a few problems along the way.
You're telling me that you're the reason I'm like this? You're the reason all this happened?
Kinda, yeah. It was supposed to come to me, but I mean, I have some of these powers already from my devotion to Raphael. It was supposed to pass through to me, and then the Shadow Walkers came for me, and I think I might have pushed it a bit far. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the shadowy things that were grabbing us might have been me.
What? What?
Yeah, stuff starts getting weird when you start playing around with, and I guess breaking time is probably what happened.
Did you... Oh my god. Did you even think about the family?
Well, I
The
presume
consequences.
so, because there's something that tells me that those things that grabbed us and pulled, at the very least, you to safety, must have been me, because what else would have done that? You know?
So then there's some things that you don't know about that shadow figure. If it is you think...
Oh, not at all.
You think your other self would have saved Mom?
I would hope so. It would also probably explain my current predicament if, I guess, like a future or a past self probably was the one who was interacting with me. That explains why I'm stuck.
So this is where we are. Some type of prison.
In a way, this is a place I brought you to because I needed to come here and I needed your help. But we're essentially out of time, I guess. You see, there are these things called time vaults, and they're kind of like these big old boxes that Raphael has, I suppose, placed around to keep powerful artifacts safe. There was one right in the middle of Frostreach, actually, which is part of the reason why we lived there. You remember that temple right in the middle of town?
Yeah, I remember it.
The vault was just underneath that, and I was so close to cracking it, and when I get out of this, I'm going for it again. And at this point as well, you'd probably remember that place that was in the middle of town is the giant crevasse that splits Frostreach in half.
Wow.
So there's a very good chance that that whole building was possibly lost.
Wow. Okay. That makes sense.
Wherever anything that goes into the abyss that nothing ever returns from goes.
Wow. So Ethan just kind of taken away by all this information. I mean, he's still in shock that his father's still alive. He's still in shock that all this is even happening. Kind of like has a puzzled look on his face and just starts kind of like almost like a dead stare at the ground, and then slowly looks up and I don't completely understand all of this, but
That's good. Neither do I.
what do we do from here? I left my friends, and they're in bad shape. I need to go back and help them out, but I also need to figure this out. I need to. What do we do?
I did not realize that. I thought I was pulling you from the same time I'd left you. So, and you see him pull out a small note. I guess I got some calculations wrong. That's my bad. And he starts scribbling.
Wow, that's great.
I can try and get you back to where you're needed. If you're able to, for lack of better phrasing, spare the time to help me, I could really do with some help right now. I'm trying to find a way to get out of this issue I'm currently locked in.
Well, just know that I have a little bit of a hard feeling against you right now. All that's happened.
I can imagine, and I do apologize. There were things I couldn't really explain before, and I will try my best to answer any and all questions now.
I think I've asked all that I could. I'll ask you more as we continue.
All right, then. So, you ever pulled a heist before?
Pulled a
And
heist.
now you see like that same kind of cheeky grin that he would often give you as he turns around. It's as you kind of look around as well, it's almost black sky with slight pinpricks of starlight, and it kind of catches and glints off his teeth as he looks at you.
Nice. A heist. I lived my whole life for this. This is how I got around.
Excellent. Because we got to get inside that vault and get you whatever is inside it. Because that might be our best bet of getting me out of the time stream. Slowly turning into an episode of The Flash.
Right?
Barry, no!
Yeah.
This is what happens when someone wants to play Time Thief, okay? It turns into The Flash.
Hey, man. I'm down with it.
Run, Ethan, run!
That's awesome. Well, looks like I have no other choice. Looks like we're both stuck here until we get whatever's inside that vault.
Great. Let's go. And he just starts walking.
Nice. I'll follow him.
And it's, you kind of, I guess, catch up with him slightly and fall in step. You have a second to take it all in, and it's very similar clothing to what you saw on that night. It's nothing you'd ever really seen him wear before up until that moment. Mm-hmm. And it's like leather jerkin, similar to yours, that kind of leather armor style, cloak over the top. He's got this strap that goes down from shoulder to hip, and there's a pair of pistols, basically. These
Nice.
kind of crude steampunky pistols. He's got a mace hanging at his side, and he's just walking with purpose. And you can see on over basically the left pec, there is a symbol emblazoned on the leather of an hourglass with a snake trickling through it like sand.
Nice.
And as you kind of walk over to almost the edge of a cliff face, and he kind of signals for you to crouch down, and he points down over the edge, and you can see about 15 foot down, there is this big, almost perfectly square structure. Stretches back as far as you can see, as wide as you can see. And from 15 feet away, you'd be able to see, or it's 15 feet down, but 30 feet away from the entrance, I suppose. So whatever the hypotenuse of that would be, you can see these small figures moving around in front of it. You've never seen anything like them. From here, you can make out like a vague circular shape and then these bizarre wings, maybe, and arms, legs, and they seem to be walking around with this strange mechanical clanky movement. And they're just patrolling backwards and forwards, and there seem to be about 8 of them.
Beautiful. Okay. So, what exactly is that?
Guessing that's the vault.
And those things around it?
That I don't know. Never seen anything like that before, but I'm interested to find out if you are.
Well, they're protecting the vault, and we got to get there, so let's do it.
The minute you say let's do it, he vaults over the little rock you guys were crouched behind and just starts sliding down the incline towards the floor below.
All right. Waste no time.
I will roll a check to see how well he does it.
Nice.
Yeah, he does fairly well. It looks kind of impressive. There's a few moments he almost loses his balance.
Not bad for an old man. Let me give it a try.
Okay, so either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
17.
17, you just straight up surf down the side. Not bad.
Yeah. Took a few things that I learned across the ways.
Good to see. And he just starts walking towards this massive, imposing structure. It's, as you're getting closer now, and you can see the full scope of it, it's about 80 foot high and 80 foot wide, and you can see 3 enormous rings, kind of one, then another one smaller, then another one smaller, that are dead in the center, but ground level. So rather than being dead in the center of the actual box, they are at the bottom of the ring hits floor level, essentially. I could have just described the outermost ring as 80 foot, and that would have done a much better, a more concise description.
It's all good.
But welcome to my brain.
Thank you for having me.
And as you get closer, you can see these strange mechanical creatures. They've got one big eye in the center, these strange mechanical looking wings, and as you're getting closer, one of them kind of stops and just looks around at you guys and protect, vault, and starts walking really jankily towards you guys.
Oh man, looks like we got caught.
I don't know if we necessarily need to worry yet. You can see he's starting to slide his hand towards one of the handles by his chest.
Yeah.
And the other hand's going to the mace. And he's, hello. I am here to inspect the vault. And, just, keep up on the maintenance. Make sure everything's doing okay. Isn't that right, son? And he kind of nudges you.
Yeah, that's right, Dad.
Can you make me a deception check, please?
Oh, man, that's funny.
Welcome to Vault Tech!
Hey! That is a natural 20, 24.
Nice. You can
Just for saying
see
that.
they don't seem to believe him.
Uh-oh.
But you're like, oh yeah, that's totally what we're doing, and this strange mechanical creature looks towards you. Acceptable. Present identification.
Identification. Kind of look over it.
Looks like you. I have no idea.
Then I just kind of like lift my hand. Like I know what I'm doing. Just lift my hand and put palm out towards them.
Staring at you. And you can see the other 7 are still just patrolling backwards and forwards in the background. This really strange movement, like the 4 and the 3 just crossing perfectly.
Identification. This is ridiculous. We were brought here to inspect the vault. Let us through, or you will hear from our superior.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, lordy. Here we go. All right, let's see. Am I even good at intimidations? Hold on. I'm not. Oh, I have no grip. Oh my gosh.
He can't even help you. He's not proficient.
Oh, I got a 5.
5. You see it look at you. The eye kind of, it's weird. You see it like the iris, like the shutter on a camera constricts, like it's focusing. And then as it retracts back, this lens kind of slinks down over the top and the eye goes red. And it's defend the vault, defend. And you hear all 7 immediately stop, defend the vault. All
great.
turn and look at Shit. Initiative, please.
I thought you had everything figured out.
So did I. As he's like pulling the mace from his belt.
All right,
he gets caught a little bit. He's struggling. So did I.
19.
19, sweet. Let me load up the D&D Beyond Encounter Tracker. We are not sponsored, but I love it anyway. Combat Tracker. Don't want to start building. Just show me my encounters. Tools. Encounter Builder. How do I find my encounters? They don't make it easy sometimes. Collections. Oh, I'm dumb. It's under collections, my encounters. They make it very easy. It's too idiot proof. I'm too much of an idiot for it. Run encounter. So, your initiative was 19, yeah?
Let me double check. I think it... Oh, hold on. It was... Yeah, 19, yeah.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
He got a 1.
That's not good.
Oh, no, it's rolled all of them at the same initiative because I just tagged them in as 8 monsters.
Ah.
Oh, no. It's just... all of them A, B, C, D through to H before everyone else. Surely not. I'll split them half and half. That was my bad.
What's their initiative?
20.
Oh my gosh. Wow, 1 under.
So this first one is going to... You see as this small compartment kind of opens on the side and it reaches in and pulls out a dagger and it snaps shut and it just starts swinging at you.
Could there have been a reaction there?
Yes.
Okay. I like
there can always be a reaction to an action.
That is true. That is true. So
unless you've already used it.
I don't think I have used it yet. No.
Because this is a new initiative, so no.
All right. So because of that, I'll react to it.
Cool.
And how close are they? 5 feet?
So this one is 5 feet. The others are about 10 foot back.
Okay. So with a reaction, I'm gonna go ahead and pull my short sword to attack. Oh, got a 7.
So you can't attack as a reaction.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
But you could use something like your temporal counter if you wanted.
Well, actually, I am out of time fragments.
Fair enough. Well, you can push past your limit, but that's risks.
Right. But that
issues.
Risks. Yeah. So I mean, can I disengage as a reaction?
Unfortunately, not.
Okay.
So he swings at you with this janky little dagger, and it actually hits. With this little rusty dagger.
Oh man.
You get the sense they've been here a while. And you take 4 points of piercing damage as he jabs you in the leg.
All right. Ah.
And you can just hear this chorus being repeated. Defend the vault, all perfectly in time. Defend the vault.
Dad, this is not good.
I know.
Right now I'm gonna get infected with this rusty
The
dagger.
second one is gonna just and totter over to you guys. Where did I put that d20? He's gonna swing at Cedric, who just deflects it with the mace, having finally wrestled it out of his belt.
Nice.
Number 3, it comes clanking on over, seeing the first one miss.
To your right.
As he's just like, ha! See, it's that easy. And then you just watch him get stabbed in the kidney.
Oh no. No,
That
you're
easy.
right.
Ah, damn it.
Dad.
Defend the vault.
Are they still going for him?
Yeah, so the second one hits him in the kidney.
Oh,
The third one even, sorry. And he takes 3 points of piercing damage. Having just been joking about how easy it was
Nice.
to stop them. Number 4 is going to come and attack you. And he hits as well.
Oh my god.
I'm actually amazed
God.
these guys are hitting. They have the crappiest little bonuses.
And they've been out of shape for who knows how long. They haven't been in combat.
At least you only take 2 points of damage this time.
All
as
right,
it
I'll
just
take it.
scratches you in the arm.
This is slowly turning out bad.
It is your turn.
My go?
Yes.
All right.
Like I said, I'm splitting them half and half. Otherwise, you're getting an 8-drone gank squad trying to
true.
murder you at once.
So I'm going to so I already have pull out a dagger in my hand. Can I use an action to equip my other hand with my short sword?
So you can pull out a single weapon as part of an attack.
Yeah.
So that could either be your dagger or your short sword that you're pulling out.
Okay.
Other than that, it would probably be an action to pull another weapon on the same turn.
Gotcha. So I will
So you could draw one and attack with it. And that would be
Okay.
it really for this turn in terms of pulling weapons.
All right, and then so I'll pull out my short sword since they're all in close proximity, and the one that just finished stabbing or finished slicing at me, I'm gonna go ahead and basically just
Defend the vault as it's jabbing at you with a knife.
All right, it's time for you to stop this. And I went ahead and just swung my short sword.
Yeah, it's just getting annoying at this point. You can just hear 8 voices in unison. Defend the vault, defend the vault, defend the vault.
Nice. And with my father being so close, I'm guessing I would also get my stealth.
Yes.
My sneak attack. All right, so
You have an ally within 5 feet, which
Yep.
is so annoying, but that's also why there's so many of them.
yes. So I went ahead and damaged it for 23.
You
Or
just-
hit it for 23 and damaged it for 6 points of damage.
You bring up the short sword and you're just like, shut up, and you swing, and it just cleaves about 3/4 of the way in. You pull it out and it just.
And with the sneak, it's 2d6, right?
Yes.
All right, and then that's adding 7 to that. Now with that sneak attack,
It was already dead from the.
true from that hit.
You're just stabbing it repeatedly. Shut up!
Shut up. And then with that, am I able to use my temporal to retrieve a time fragment?
So
Temporal
With
well,
the-
sneak attack.
with that, I believe it's you make an action to attack. It's not part of the sneak attack, I don't think. I double checked it recently.
Okay, yeah, it says
I'm not
temporal
sure if it
well
is.
is no action. It says you gain the ability to store and hold a number of fragments of time equal to your Constitution modifier when you hit an enemy with a sneak attack. They must
Okay.
succeed a Constitution saving throw or take a.
Maybe I was
1d6
thinking of one of your
necrotic damage.
other abilities then.
Yeah, that's the other ability.
Right, the one where you can just choose to it. It failed.
Okay.
So You are able to absorb some time from it, and you just see it start to rust
Oh, that makes sense.
as it drops to the ground.
So I did conceal a time fragment.
You did.
Awesome. Cool. All right. And then as a
And you see,
that's
you
new.
do notice out the corner of your eye, Cedric has caught that out the corner of his eye, and you see a big grin on his face as he watches it start rusting.
Nice. All right, that's one down. 7 to go.
Does that end your turn?
I'll use a slight. I mean, what's the advantage of actually using a dodge as a bonus action?
Dodge ups your AC.
Okay, so then I will use a dodge as my bonus action.
You can bonus action dodge, and it will up your AC.
Cool.
Let me double. If you click on it, it should say, I think.
Yeah, let me see.
Just to double check. Always worth double checking.
If I can find it. Here it is.
But if I remember correctly, it should be just an AC bump, which is why it's great. Yeah, no, it is, because monks can do patient defense, which lets them take the dodge action for a key point, and that ups their armor class. I know these things.
What does it ump it by?
I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but it ups it.
Let's see. I think I got the.
While you look at that, Cedric is going to. Sure, yes. Having finally retrieved the mace from his belt, he swings at the one who'd stabbed him in the kidneys with like a proper golf club swing.
Nice.
Ooh.
Not so nice.
Ooh. Oh, just. He rolled the exact number he needed to hit the armor class.
Wow.
Defend the...
And head flies off.
They're basically, that's the weird thing, is you're looking at them now, they are basically all head. It's a perfect circle with an eye and then legs and arms attached to that circle.
Interesting.
They are incredibly strange creatures. He does 6 points of damage. The arm and the dagger is just hanging out of his body as the rest of it just off into the distance.
Nice. All right.
So that was monodrone 3. As you bang, and then he just looks back at you, flashes a grin, and as he does, moves his arm from his chest, holding the pistol, and fires directly into the eye of the other one that was swinging at him. Because he has firearm specialist.
Nice.
And he somehow misses from close range, from point blank. He's just too busy showing off and fires over its head.
Come on, Dad, focus.
It was a warning shot.
Our lives are at stake.
You see, there's the 4 in the, or the 3 left in the background. One of them you just hear as the wings start flapping.
They got wings?
Slowly rises into the air.
Oh, great.
Pulls a javelin from a compartment that you didn't even know they had on their back and just defend the vault.
Ah, great. I really
it.
wish Merida was here right now.
Honestly. These creatures are so strange, and I love them.
Where'd the
so
wings
much.
come from?
You saw the wings, you just didn't really click in your head, like, those are wings.
God.
And with a natural 1,
Nice.
it nails one of the others in the back of the head. It doesn't do any damage.
Oh, okay.
But it just... Ow! Number 6 also up into the air for a... Oh no.
Oh no, that ain't good.
A 16 to hit you.
Oh.
with the javelin.
What's the damage?
2.
All right, I'll take it.
They're not super strong. As you just defend, and it grazes your shoulder. Oh, sorry, that was number 7. Number 8. Or was it? No, number 6. Yeah, number 6. I can count. Oh no, this one hits. This one hits as well with the javelin. And you 6 points of damage.
How much?
You're like, that wasn't so bad, and then one just goes straight through your calf. 6 points of damage.
Jeez.
Number 7 comes buzzing over and swipes at Cedric with a dagger. And hits. How are these guys with these tiny bonuses actually doing this for once?
It's all because of the man. If I sold it better, if I sold that intimidation better, I would have got
Cedric takes 2 points of damage.
Oh man, that's funny.
As you see it just slash at him. This is insane. They have such bad bonuses, and they're just absolutely nailing you.
They're
guys.
crushing it, man. They're crushing it.
Finally, number 8 flies over, lands really jankily in front of you, and just and completely misses with the dagger.
Nice. All right. Well, I was gonna say that this is the reason why they're guarding the vault, but they're a little off.
Back to the top of the round, number 1.
Here we go.
Swings at you with his dagger and hits. At least the D4s aren't going particularly well. That's 2 points of damage again.
Nice.
Number 2 is dead. Number 3 is dead. Number 4 carries on swinging at Cedric. That misses. As again, he just deflects it with the mace. And you see him drop you saw him as well as the minute he shot that pistol, he just dropped it to the ground and is now two-handing the mace.
Okay. Okay.
It is your turn.
All right. So then, what do we got? We got 2 flyers. We got 1 guy in front of me that missed. Right.
There's 2 in front of you.
2 in front of me.
2 flying, 2 in front of you, 2 in front of Cedric.
Okay.
And 2 dead.
So I will basically with my could I pull out my other short sword as an action?
I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can draw a weapon as part of the attack action if you're attacking with that weapon.
Yeah. And then I have another one in my offhand.
Yeah.
Because I have actions.
So
my bonus action is two weapons
basically
fighting.
Just assume, especially if you're using 2 of the same weapons,
Yeah.
you're essentially ambidextrous in my mind. So it's like, oh, suddenly this is my hand and this is my offhand.
Right.
Because I'm nice. So you could draw with the other hand and attack, and then the other one is essentially treated as your offhand.
Okay. So then that would allow me to use my bonus action, which is a 2-weapon fighting style.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and, as an action, go ahead and pull the sword and slice at the one to my left.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize.
With advantage because you are flanking.
All right, so that would be 11.
Optional flanking rules. Haha.
So I got an 11.
That misses.
Really?
So you swing at it and it just lifts the dagger. And normally when these kind of things interact, like, you know, your arm kind of bounces back and theirs does too, its arm just stays perfectly in place, a little bit moves, and just defend the vault.
These guys are ruthless. So Then I go ahead and swing with my other short sword. And that's a 10.
Also misses.
Oh,
So it's
man.
just, it's holding the dagger there. You swing with the other one like, oh, I'll catch him on the other side, catch him by surprise. And it just swings the dagger across its body without even looking and just defend the vault.
Would I, okay, I wouldn't get, yeah, because I wouldn't have an advantage at all with my father being close to me. Right?
You had advantage to hit because you were
That's
flanking
right.
with him.
So you're already, okay. Yeah. So, wow. These guys are agile. Careful, Dad.
Let's see what he can do with his fun stuff. Oh, he totally could have used. Oh God. You see him. He takes his right hand off the mace and places it over that symbol that's on his pec. Excuse me. And he holds the mace out towards all of these mechanical creatures. And just, could everybody please just calm down? And he is going to cast Calm Emotions. Alternatively, you can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that is hostile towards. It needs to make a charisma saving throw. Oh my God!
No, they're high.
They're terrible charisma saving throws.
Oh, okay. So that's a good thing. For us.
Let me grab one more d20 and I'll just roll them in 2 batches of 4.
All right.
That is 1 pass, 2 passes. Oh wait, no, because they've got -3. Oh yeah, no, it's still 2 passes, 2 fails. 3 fails, 4 fails. Wait, why did I roll all 8? 2 of them are dead. So you've had 2 passes, 4 fails. There we go. So
we are robots. We come back to life.
We've had 2 passes, 4 fails. That's however many of them there were left. So 4 of them immediately, you just see the red lens, and they just, apologies, proceed. And
You
the
couldn't
2
have
who
done
are
that
floating
earlier.
up in the air are just, what are you doing? Defend the vault!
Oh, they're still okay. So they're not affected by it. Oh no.
So we will skip the turns of those 2 because they are now indifferent to you. However, the other 2 who aren't get to take their turns.
Nice.
Misses with the javelin. Also misses with the
Yes.
javelin.
Dad, you couldn't have told me earlier. You know how to do that?
I didn't think they'd be this hard, I'm not gonna lie. So, as long as he's concentrating for the minute, that one is not going to do anything because it's indifferent. That one's dead, that one's dead, that one's indifferent. This is ridiculous. So, 1 indifferent, 2 indifferent, 3 indifferent. Your turn.
All right. So basically, after saying that to my dad, you know,
As the 2 that were slashing at you with daggers just proceed.
right? They're not even
Lower the
attacking me,
daggers.
I take the dagger. I quickly throw one of my daggers up at the ones that are flying.
So you do have both hands full at the moment.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I can't even throw my short sword.
I mean, technically you could. It just might not go well.
That's true. That is true. Well, let's give it a try. So basically, kind of
So
flip
as they
over.
don't have the thrown property, I will say it is at disadvantage.
How much of a disadvantage?
So disadvantage, so you roll twice and take the lower number.
That's all right. Here we go. Freaking disadvantage. So I attempt to flip over my sword to get ready to throw it at the enemy, and as I flip it, I miss to catch it, and it falls to the ground. I got a 7.
Nice. Is Cedric, what are you doing?
Dad, I'm trying to be cool like you, Dad. Hey, let's not forget you missed the first shot with that pistol.
For some reason, the accent is slowly turning into Gunark almost. Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You missed the sword. What's going on here? Gunark just appears. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on?
Why aren't you helping the Gunark?
Does that end your turn? You have your bonus action and your movement.
All right, so I guess bonus action, I can still use the other sword in my hand, my offhand.
Yeah.
So
you could try and redeem yourself with another throw.
yeah, with another disadvantage. All right. Why the heck not? Let's make it interesting, right? Oh Lord, the first one's a beautiful roll. So I got a 13.
So this one, you flip it around, you catch it, you throw it, and it just deflects it with the javelin.
Oh.
Defend the vault. Well, that was a little better.
Yeah, but these things are too tough. Why are they so tough?
I don't know. They have a ridiculously high armor class for what they are, and then like nothing for HP. It makes no sense. I love them.
It's making us look like amateurs here.
Daddy Ethan is gonna just, let me show you how it's done, and just raises a hand towards one of the flying ones and casts Sacred Flame.
Very magical.
You see this almost like golden fire start to ripple around his hand, and it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He's just like, let me show you how it's done. He fires the bolt of fire and it just splashes harmlessly over this drone flying in the air. You see how see that? Definitely hurt it.
At least it had a nice effect.
Shut up.
Oh,
Can
man.
he bonus action anything? I don't think he can, really, because he used his action for Sacred Flame and missed, essentially. It passed the saving throw. That one in the air.
Oh, here we go.
So this fire has obviously just hit it in the eye or something, and it's still kind of crackling, and it just throws a javelin in the complete wrong direction.
Oh, my gosh.
With a natural 1.
Hey, at least it did something. I mean...
The other one,
blind a
however...
little bit.
Oh no. Oh no. He nails Cedric
Oh.
with 3 points of damage. God, I love these guys. They're so stupid. I love them. They're just these janky little robots hovering around shouting.
They're like the Daleks. It's just
Oh,
so
He
simple
has been
yet.
hit, which means he needs
so
to
dangerous.
make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on calm emotions,
Ah.
which he passes, thankfully.
Oh, thank goodness.
Otherwise, the other four
Yeah, they
would
would have
just
snapped back.
die.
What are we doing?
Cool. Back to your turn.
All right, so
As
now
the
having
others are
no
just
swords.
stood there looking at you, waiting for you to go on your way for the inspection.
Jeez. Now having no swords in my hand, I basically just grab a dagger from my side and just chuck it at one of the flying ones.
Sure. This one
Oh my
without
gosh.
disadvantage, obviously, as the daggers can be thrown easily.
just completely thrown off his game from how good these guys are. I end up rolling a 7.
Am I. 7.
Oh my
You throw
god.
the dagger at it with the javelin.
Give me a break.
Are you using your bonus action for anything?
Man, I wish I can get that high. Man.
You could still cunning action, dodge, or anything like
Yeah,
that.
so I'll cunning action. I'll go ahead and you know what? No, I don't know. I don't
Like,
want
you don't
that
need to disengage from the ones in front of you because they're not fighting you anymore.
Right.
And
Right.
disengage won't do anything for something that's flying about 20 foot in the air. So
Right.
you could
I was actually
dodge
going
and
to
get the armor class bonus if you want.
Is I don't know if I should do this, but if I was to attack or maybe say grapple one of the robots in front of me as like a meat shield or a metal shield,
unfortunately,
would that
you can't grapple as a bonus action.
as well? Okay, that's an action.
Okay.
Okay, but with that asked, would that make them angry towards us again? Hostile.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not.
Or that one specifically, probably.
Yeah.
I believe
Alright.
it lets them repeat the saving throw.
All right, so I'm just going to I'll do another dodge action as a bonus action. Increase my
Okay.
AC.
As you guys are just dodging javelins, he points his hand up in the air again and just drop and casts command.
Nice.
Oh my god, that was on 5 for a second and then rolled over to 15.
Oh my gosh.
No, defend the vault.
Oh, they didn't do anything?
Shit. That's amazing.
Wow.
And it's going to throw a javelin and miss. And the other one misses Cedric. You guys are just now like deflecting the javelins. You're noticing now they attack in very specific, repeated patterns, and it's like they go through a series of motions, then reset and do the same thing again and reset.
Gotcha.
And do the same thing again and reset. It's really strange. Right, that one doesn't care about you guys. That one's dead. That one's dead. That one doesn't care about you guys. Your turn.
Oh my goodness. These guys, man. These guys. So I
I
look
did
over.
not expect us to take 5 rounds. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my, yeah, I didn't think so either. I mean, jeez.
It's always the encounters you don't expect.
Especially these small little guys. So
Look, I wasn't expecting the Winter Wolf to just absolutely ruin everyone last time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But then everyone failed the cold breath.
Love the unexpected. Then I look over at my dad. I'm like, all right, it's time to end this. We're playing around too much. So then I grab a dagger and I end up chucking it, another dagger on my side, and chucking it at the one of the flying robots. And got a 16.
That hits.
Come on. That finally, yes. All right, so let's see how much damage, and then plus the stealth, right? I mean, these guys are
so
probably
you
not
don't
even...
get sneak attack on these because you're not flanking because they are up in the air.
Okay, so I got a 5.
5 damage.
5 damage, yep.
And it collapses.
Yes.
Drops from the air. That's more like it.
Ah, finally! Get all excited because I finally got a kill.
His turn. He just, come on! And he looks round at, there's one sparking on the floor in front of him, and he smacks it with the mace, and you hear a sound like a bell ringing out. And the one that's floating up in the air starts to shake as it makes a wisdom saving throw. And it fails! Excellent.
Yes.
Toll the Dead worked. Only 3 damage though.
Oh!
You see it shake, a bunch of the bolts come loose. Ow! Defend the vault! So that flying one, so that one doesn't care, that one doesn't care. That flying one's dead. That one is hurt. Throws a javelin and misses. Jesus, guys.
Wow.
Back to your turn.
All right.
It's
So
just like freaking out in the air.
so then basically I just grab another dagger and I'm like, all right, this is dragged on too long. Toss the dagger up, hit it with a natural 20.
Oh.
And with the 24.
So
and damage.
yeah. Would you like to describe your kill?
I mean,
that's how little health it had left. There's no point even bothering.
Jeez, right. I mean,
your bonus alone would be enough to kill it.
I mean, at that moment, I just looked at my dad and was like, this has carried on too long. Grab the dagger out of my hand and give it a nice little fancy swirl in the hand. Chucked it up. As it spins, just slices right through the eye.
Nice. You don't even look at what you're pulling out before you've realized you've pulled out that adamantine merfolk dagger. And and it defend the vow. And it anime style, the thing slices through and you think nothing's happened and then it separates
and
drops.
That's a sharp blade.
And you hear as the dagger skitters to the ground.
Finally.
The other drones who are totally on your side start walking around collecting the daggers and bringing them over to you.
Nice.
Here you go, Inspector.
Thank you. Didn't expect that. Now, open the vault. After all that.
One of the drones kind of walks over and you can see it just stands by a pedestal and then looks back at you.
Is it the pedestal near the vault?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I look over
just kind of looking at the pedestal and then back at you. And then back at the pedestal and back at you.
Oh, okay. So, I guess it wants us to go over there.
I guess so.
All right.
And he slides the mace back into his belt, picks the pistol up from the ground. You see him start reloading it and put it back in there.
As I just start sheathing all my daggers and picking up my swords, I miss. just re-equipping ourselves. Hey, what about how about another heal? Are you able to still do that?
Oh yeah, right.
We took a lot of damage from these little guys.
And he rubs his hands together. Sure, yeah, he'll use another second level slot. You're his son. 2d8 plus 2. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, it's always good when you're rolling the d8s for the healing and you get double 8s.
Yes.
So you get 18
8?
health back.
18 health.
Because it's plus 2 as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 25. Back from where we started from when he first healed me. I'll take it.
As this golden glow encompasses your body.
Appreciate that.
Anytime.
As seeing this is kind of your fault.
Shut up. Don't make me feel bad. It's a father-son outing.
It's definitely been interesting. I'll give you that.
For fishing?
Nah, too boring.
So then, at this point, you guys have reached the pedestal, and you can see as well at this point now, these enormous rings that are stretching up in front of you. You can see runes lining each ring, and similar looking runes on the pedestal.
I'd like to inspect these to see if I know what language they're written in.
Elvish?
I do.
Excellent. So, the pedestal reads, I occur once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years.
I occur in a moment.
I occur
Or
once in a minute,
Once in a minute.
twice in a moment, and never in 1,000 years.
I occur once in a moment, twice in a moment, or once in a minute, twice in a moment, never in 1,000 years.
And you can see, now that you've realized this is Elvish, elven runes around the rings.
Does my dad know Elvish?
That's a very, very good question.
Wouldn't want to explain it to him if...
He does not.
Okay, so I look over at my dad and I'm like,
He's just scratching his head, staring at the rings. Any idea what this says?
yeah, it says here, I occur once in a minute, twice in a moment, and never in 1,000 years. Does that make any sense to you?
Sounds like a riddle. I hate riddles.
There's once
And he
in a
points
moment.
at the rings. They say the same thing.
Yeah.
They actually don't,
No?
as you look at them. They
Hold
have
on.
elven runes on them,
Right.
but they don't say the same thing around the ring.
Give me a minute. Let me take a look at this closer.
So it's hard to see the top one, given that
Okay.
it's about 80 foot up in the air. But the ones you can see, it is letters of the alphabet in order. And all the
Okay.
rings are currently set in such a way that you could probably figure out A is right at the very top. And all of them are set to A.
Interesting. So there's like 3 rings around each other, kind of?
Yes.
And they're all
Outer,
set to
middle, inner. And then a
Okay.
door set in the middle.
And the door in the
I say
middle.
the middle, that would still be like 40 foot off the ground. It's the middle of the bottom of the ring. So it's this weird interaction where there is a seam for the door, but somehow the rings seem to be able to just slide through it, but also look like they'd open if the door opened. It's really weird. You've never seen anything like that, and there's probably some sort of freaky magic going on.
That's weird. All right. Oh man, I'm usually good at riddles. This one's kind of interesting. Hold on.
Funny because all the riddles for this one are time related.
Yeah, I figured.
I was like, let's just make this as cheesy as possible.
While listeners are like, I know what it is. It's
Probably.
this. They already figured it out.
To be fair, it is an interesting one. It's hard to just suddenly go, oh, I know what it is, but when you know what it is, you're like, oh my god, I'm stupid.
Gotcha. So, for sake of time, obviously, as I kind of ponder on this, is that going to be cut out, or is that going to, like?
So, you could make an intelligence check if you'd like to speed up the process.
Let's do that just for the sake of because it is still quite early. My brain is not operating as it should right now. Let's see.
Cedric isn't going to be much help.
No, he's still scratching his head.
Yeah.
Intelligence check, you said?
Yeah.
All right. What is going on? Here we go. Hey, there we go. Got a 19.
19.
Yeah.
I'd say with that, you can see there's a definite... Clearly the answer to that riddle is something to do with a letter of the alphabet. Otherwise, they wouldn't have letters on the ring. And you're kind of looking at it and you're like, there's letters of the alphabet on the ring.
Yep. All right.
Whether they need to be the same or different, you're not sure.
as Ethan's just sitting there, kind of pondering, looking up. I don't know why it took me so long, but I know what it is. And I look over at my dad. He's still scratching his head.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Then what is it?
Well, it's it happens once in a minute, so it also happens twice in a moment. But obviously that never happens in 1,000 years, So obviously the answer is, and he like throws it back to you. You could see he's stalling.
Yeah, I knew you didn't know. It's M, the letter M.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I knew that. How do we do the thingy with these? He just points at the rings.
My guess is, since they all are aligned right now with the A, we need to align them right in the middle where the triangle is with the M. So how do we move this giant circle, though? Hey, robot, how do we move the circles?
Actually, would a minute have passed at this point? Ooh.
Uh-oh. Something bad happens, huh?
Yeah, a minute has passed at this point. He's probably also just dropped concentration because of how hard he was thinking about the riddle. And as you ask, you just hear, defend the vault.
Oh,
as
not
the calm
again.
emotions wears off. Maybe try sliding them fast.
All right, you distract the robot. I'll try moving these circles.
He just pulls out the mace and runs off behind you. Hey, over here! Defend the vault! And you just hear footsteps chasing him.
Ding, 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 ding.
Make a strength check.
Strength checks. Oh, man.
They are big.
Yeah, I'm not strong at all. Oh! No, it was like right at the 18, and it dropped to the 2.
Oh, no. Yeah, you don't manage to turn the first one.
Yeah, these things are heavy.
He runs past again. Come on!
Hold on, I'll try again.
You can hear javelins.
All right, so I try again. Got 16 on that one.
This time, the ring starts to slide.
All right, that's 1. Yeah, hang on, Dad. Try for another one.
Yeah, I got it. It's fine. Ow!
Got it for a 20.
Next one.
All right,
Start
that's
sliding.
2. All right, here we go. Last one. All right. This one's a little harder. Got a 2.
So the others are still like slowly moving now that you've set them in motion. And they're just like, because it is hard. And I imagine at this point your hands are sweaty. You're having to literally place your palms and slide. There's no handles or anything.
Right.
It's literally just having to slide them. It's horrible.
Oh, it's like a bad game show.
As your hand slides along the metal.
It's like a bad game show if Price is Right.
Basically.
Let's see. Come on. I got a 12.
That is exactly what you needed to move the last ring.
Woohoo!
And as they all slowly turn and hit M, there is a flash. And then suddenly all 3 spin really quickly, showing 3 runes.
Mm-hmm.
And the door opens. And he run! Sprints past you.
And I basically just quickly turn and follow him.
Okay, you turn and follow. He slams the door behind you, and you can just hear, defend the vault, defend the vault, and hammering on the door.
Nice.
Whew, that was close.
That was harder than I thought. Whew. Next time, have a plan.
The plan was just waltz on in.
So you didn't know these robot things were here?
I had no idea. And
How
as
long
he
you
says
been
that,
here?
the floor opens up beneath your feet, and the 2 of you just start sliding down this diagonal slope. What the?
Not again.
You're sliding. And you slide about 30 feet before landing in this small hexagonal chamber. You see, I guess, yeah, you'd see, actually no, you wouldn't see all of them. You'd see probably about 5 doors. You can see the 6th wall behind this big old creature sat in the middle of the floor. It's on almost all fours, the way a cat sleeps. And as you slide down and you land heavily, both of you shouting, this head, this kind of female lion-like head, slowly looks up from this large lion-like body.
Oh, man.
And it just... I haven't had visitors in a while.
Are we on the ground? Like, are we like... Okay.
As you guys are like sitting up, rubbing your heads, you're like, that's big.
And then, I don't know why, I kind of have a feeling I know what this is.
He knows
just
exactly
from,
what it is.
just
He
from
rolled a
lore.
natural 20. You can make Dad. You can make a history or arcana check if you want to figure out what this is, or see if Ethan can recall what it is.
Okay.
From they'd definitely be in stories.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know why I can't think of the name right now. But yeah, so I got a 16.
16. So you don't know the specific type,
Mm-hmm.
but this is definitely a sphinx.
Okay.
And they are very well known for telling riddles and eating the people who fail.
Very nice. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting.
Or just straight up killing them.
Yeah.
And you can see the sphinx is just now stretching as she gets up. To what do I owe the pleasure? Oh.
Well, we didn't mean to fall down here, first of all.
None do. And now you're looking around as well. You can see there are just bones and piles of dust scattered across the floor. There's a few blood stains on the ceiling, on the walls, and the ceiling is like 60 foot up.
Holy crap. So I just like, as you say that, I'm like, I lift up my hands. I'm kind of like rested back a little bit. And then I pick up whatever's in my left hand that landed on it, and it's a skull.
Yeah.
And I look over at my dad.
Like hanging off.
Oh my gosh. I look over at my dad. Yeah.
Well,
this isn't
fun.
good. Hi.
Greetings.
Who are you?
I have no name. I was placed here by Doraphiel to guard the treasure within.
The god of time. As I said that, like a little under my breath.
Yeah.
Well, may I stand?
Of course.
Get up, Dad.
And you can see he's already stood up, dusting himself down.
So, well, my name's Ethan Thorne, and this is my dad, Cedric.
Pleasure to meet you.
And yours. So, how do we get out of here?
You must answer my riddle and choose the right door.
Oh, man. All right.
And
what's
you
the
can
riddle?
See above each door there is a glowing rune.
Am I able to identify what the runes say?
Yes, these are also in Elven.
Okay.
And it is 1, 2. Number 3 is hidden by the body of the Sphinx. 4, 5, 6 is behind you.
Oh, so there's more than one. Although I thought there was just going to be 3 doors. Okay.
It's a hexagonal room. There's 6 doors.
Ah. That makes sense. All right. Well,
So it's essentially, you can easily see it would be 1. Oh, no, sorry. It would be 2 and 4.
2 and 4 behind her, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to picture a hexagon in my head and it's not going well. Yeah. And then... No, it would be 2 and 5, I guess you can see, because 3 and 4 are like half obscured by the Sphinx, because that's how a hexagon works.
Okay, so the Sphinx is right here. Sphinx is blocking number 2.
Mostly number 3, but it's kind of
Mostly number 3.
That point of the room.
Yeah.
Kind of like the butt of the Sphinx is going to the point of the hexagon. So
so the doors are at the
3
point.
and 4 are like coming V-shaped.
Gotcha. Okay. So each side is the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the door is set into the middle of a side.
Gotcha. Okay.
I should have made that a bit clearer.
No, you're good. Well, now that... And what is your riddle?
Very well. You have 3 guesses. And she kind of lowers herself down, and you feel this as the immense weight like hits the floor.
She's huge, man.
What is at the beginning of the end, the start of eternity, at the end of time and space? What is in the middle of yesterday, but is nowhere found in tomorrow? And just rests back and rests her chin on her crossed arms, like when a dog sits down, going with all the animal comparisons for the Sphinx.
As it just sits waiting patiently. Wow, that's a pretty big riddle there.
It is. I can send you the text on
yes,
Discord
can you?
if you can. I
tried writing it down. I just got beginning and start of eternity. That's all I got. Like, that's not even a full sentence.
And it's going to send it as a picture because Discord hates OneNote.
All right, here we go. I look over at my dad. What is at the beginning of the end? The start of eternity. At the end of time and space. What was in the middle of yesterday but is nowhere to be found tomorrow?
He just shrugs. That was a terrible check from his end.
Great. I guess I'm on my own on this one.
He just, I don't know. I was thinking maybe. No. I'm lost. He is rolling terribly to make any form of connections with anything.
Right. Oh man, scratching my head. I guess wisdom, knowledge, and intelligence.
Yes,
am I able to?
Either an intelligence or a wisdom check, I guess. Either would probably work.
All right. All right, so I got a 19 on a wisdom.
Cool. You start to make a bit of a connection in your head. You're not entirely sure currently on the significance of the 6 doors, but they've obviously got to be linked somehow. But you're getting a very similar vibe in terms of just how the doors are laid out and the fact that there are doors. You're getting a very similar vibe to that setup from outside with the alphabet ring.
Okay.
So it could be something to do with a similar...
Right. Let me...
way of thinking.
Give me a second. I gotta see... starting to get something brewing in my mind.
It's a lot easier to figure out when you can actually see the words.
Right, yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. It kind of closed out on me. Here we go. All right. Okay, so I got it. As I quickly say it, it's the letter E.
You see the Sphinx smile Well done. You still have 3 attempts to find the right door. Or I guess it would be 2 attempts. Your first attempt was right, so you have 2 attempts left, basically.
Oh, so even pointing to the right door is considered an attempt.
Oh yeah, you gotta find the right door still.
So if I would have guessed like 2 times, I would have had literally 1 chance to pick the right door. Oh, okay.
It's also technically part of the riddle.
So okay, so I would have to say within the. So it's a beginning and the end. Then you got. So there was 3 E's within that riddle. Tomorrow didn't have any, so I would have to say door number 3 would be the door.
She shuffles to the side. Feel free to try it.
Okay. Now, if I try it and attempt it, do I die?
That depends.
I still have
what's
1 more.
Behind the door.
All right, Dad. How you feeling?
You got this, and he kind of claps you on the back and pushes you forward.
What the heck?
I'll wait here.
Jeez, what a father. All right. All right. So then
I'll heal you from a distance.
As long as you got my back. I walk over to door number 3 and attempt to open it.
Okay. It opens with a slight, and you can see a narrow corridor which seems to stretch for about 15 feet before opening out into another room.
Excuse me, Sphinx, I never got your name.
I have no name.
Oh, that's right.
I was placed here by Darafiel simply to guard.
All right. Am I able to come back if I go through this door?
Of course.
All right. Well, Dad, you coming with, or am I going by myself?
Oh, yeah, right. I'll yeah. He walks up behind you.
All right, so we go through door number 3.
Okay. You walk through and it slams shut behind you. And you do hear this voice kind of echo through the seams in the door. You chose well.
Oh, thank God.
And you hear like a from Cedric, like he'd been holding his breath the entire time.
Nice. Where do we go from here?
I guess straight on. And now that the door's shut, it's like pitch black, and you hear him slide the mace out of his belt, and then there's as the head of the mace starts to light up.
Very nice.
That's a bit better, and he's holding it up like a torch.
You're just full of surprises.
What can I say? I always showed you. Why is he turning back into God? Hey, what can I say? I know a bit of magic.
Oh, snap.
You know, I showed you a few of my magic tricks when you were younger.
Yeah, I don't remember them too much.
I can do magic, you know?
What do you say? So, all right, well, you lead the way since you have the light.
Okay. He walks down the corridor, and both of you enter out into this 40-foot perfectly square room. There is a door on the exact opposite side of the room, and the minute he steps foot in the room, the floor in like a 5-foot circle almost around or just in front of the door starts to blacken, and this black shadow-like shape slowly rises out of the floor and just... And as the shadows coalesce and take a form, it is Cedric, but made entirely out of shadow. And it slides a mace out of its belt. That's new. You are still muted.
My apologies.
I saw a little mouth movement. I was like, You're muted.
You're muted. So, how do we approach this?
I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, it's you. Just say something.
Hello? And it just... as it looks at you guys.
Is that some type of language? Does it like a whisper language?
None that I know. Do they speak any languages? Let me double check their stat block.
It's good to find
whisper.
out. Right. It's the whispers.
Mr. Whispers.
The whispers.
They do not. That's what I thought.
So they don't speak, or they just don't have a language.
This... It's just
It's nothing
noises
else.
from the sound.
Okay. All right. I will attempt to approach it very slowly.
Okay. The head slowly, as it looks at you, and it starts raising the mace up like your dad has.
Dad.
Yeah.
Lower your arm really quickly.
He lowers it. Shadow slowly lowers its arm.
The shadow is linked to you somehow. It's mimicking your movements.
He takes a step forwards cautiously, and the shadow stays where it is. Interesting.
I thought it was. I don't get it. Stay there, Dad. Just in case.
All right.
Then I move closer to it. Now that its arms down, I don't feel too much in danger.
Mm-hmm. How close are you getting?
How close am I already? I'm pretty far from it.
So you were 40 foot when you entered the room.
Okay. So I want to get at least 10 feet within it.
Okay.
Within the range.
As you get within 10 feet, it just towards you and starts raising the mace again, this shadowy mace.
Your arm is still down, Dad, right?
Yep.
Then I just kind of look at it and I guess try asking it a question. What is your purpose here? Are you here to show us something?
It's just...
Nothing.
You can't even tell if it's actually looking... Like, the features are weird. It's where there should be eyes, there's just slight dents, almost. It's like a silhouette, essentially, of your dad.
So I'll try walking around it, still staying about 10 feet.
Okay, so you'd be able to get towards the wall, but it has essentially got its back to the door. So you wouldn't be able to slide past it unless you got super, super close.
Oh, great.
So you could kind of semi-circle around it.
Right, yeah,
but
yeah.
other than that, it's got its back to the door.
Okay. I'd like to try to... I mean, is there anything else around the room that, with my dad lighting it, is there anything else in the room that... Or is it just completely blank around the walls and...
Completely blank. There are kind of shadows clinging to the corners. His mace isn't lighting up the entire room.
Okay. All right, so... Dad, can you come here? Stay at least about 20 feet away.
He walks over to you. And it slowly turns and looks at him as well. As he gets a bit closer. And is now kind of almost looking in between the two of you, like regarding both. She's about to use the sticker maker.
No, yeah, she's not going to use it. She's grabbing something before
All right.
she heads out. All right, I just want to make sure there's no noise, obviously, when I mention things, so therefore we're not getting clickety-clackalies back there. Yeah, man, this is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
This is good, man, for you to think of this.
Half of it was written at midnight last night. The other half was written
Uh, I was gonna say,
After
that's
a big old
very,
mug of coffee.
yeah, that's you got some good stuff here, man. Your brain is brilliant,
Thank you.
and I have no more coffee. It's like I'm getting excited. Nothing's in there. All right. Just wait a little bit longer here, but I apologize.
It's all good. I had thought with like heist, I was like, I could have it as just like a no encounter type deal, and it's just like try and properly Mission Impossible it. But then it's fun if you have some encounters where you might have some fighting, you might have some talking.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it worked out perfectly. Like the way everything, and I love I love Cedric's personality. It's almost like a oh man, as soon as you started doing it, it was picturing.
I feel like it's kind of like how Ethan would be if his entire life hadn't been ruined when he was younger.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
A lot more jovial and jokey.
I agree. I can see that
A
in
little
myself.
less dark humor and more just humor.
Right, yeah. Because what's that? Robin Hood and the Merry Men.
Yeah.
So like kind of his, humorous, like he's a hero kind of thing, but he's comedic with it, and if he messes up, he's like, I did that on purpose, Come on. All right, so now that she is gone and there's no noise, so me and my father being about 20 feet away, I'm 10 feet away, the shadow is looking at us. Man, has it done anything beside when my father approached?
Not really. You just see it kind of tighten the grip around the mace a bit.
Great.
More.
This thing is so aggressive, man. Why is it?
And it's just almost like constant breathing.
All right, so I'll basically put the sword in my hand just in case I have to. You know what? No. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna put. I was attempting to pull out the sword, and then I kind of resheath it, and then.
As you start sliding it out, the head slowly turns towards you, and then you slide it back.
You know what? I'm like, I got an idea. And I'm going for it. Stay there, Dad. And then I just basically walk up to it and like touch it on his shoulder.
Your hand goes straight through it.
Okay. All right. I was expecting something crazy.
And it and starts lifting the mace up.
Any ideas, Dad? I'm running out of ideas.
It and don't put your hand in it again.
All right, so I backed up about 5 feet from it now.
And the noise seems to calm down a bit.
All right, so I'm out of ideas. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is here. I don't know why it's not talking. Any other ideas?
Do you think if I turn the light off, it might go?
That might be. Give it a try.
We'll be in pitch black, though.
All right, I'm going to come over closer to you. And I stand right next to my dad.
And he shakes the mace in the light. And you hear... That was me hitting the mic. You hear like...
And it fades into nothing. Now it's pitch black. We had a semi-understanding of where the door was, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, Dad.
Given that you guys were basically stood in front of it, it's essentially a straight line.
Okay, so I kind of just grab onto my dad's like arm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, just follow my lead. And then I start walking towards at least where I believe the door is.
Okay. I will say make an investigation check.
Okay. Come on.
Because you're basically trying to count your steps towards it and figure out, am I walking 5 foot to the door?
Got 14.
Do I know how many steps that would be? And you've got your arm outstretched and you're like, I think it's, and as you're about to say, I think it's here, your arm like crumples as it impacts the door. Yep, found it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say crumple, like it just breaks. All right, gotcha.
No, but you know when you're like feeling for something in the dark and it's closer than you think.
Yeah.
Like, ah.
Kind of, but yeah. All right.
And you like
so,
fold against it.
I found it.
Great.
Then I just open up the door.
Okay. You open up the door and it leads almost directly into another room, which is perfectly lit. It is another perfect square. This one is 15 foot, and in the center there is a small pedestal, and you can see a small blade resting on top of it. And as you open the door, he just, now that's what I'm talking about.
That is nice. So Ethan will completely captivated by the beauty of the blade. He walks up to it. And
Your dad follows behind you.
is this the blade you were speaking about?
Oh yeah, this is it's one of them.
One of them.
There's legends about weapons like this that can help people like you help people like me. So some of these weapons have the ability to store time. Some of them, according to the legends, can cut through time. I don't know how right that is. Maybe it's just exaggeration, but hey, they exist. And as you're looking at it, it is a really, really beautiful, ornate weapon. You actually can't tell what metal the blade is.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen anything like it. It is almost incredibly shiny, seems to glow with its own internal light almost. That's how shiny and reflective it is. And a really nice kind of curved crossguard, I guess. It's one of those ones where it has like the little spiral and then it flattens out into the line and then it has another spiral underneath. You know, one of them, I can't think of the exact name, but it's got the circle, one on each side of the crossguard, but instead of them both being level, one's up, one's
Skewed.
Down, basically.
Okay.
And the handle is slightly concave and transparent. And you can see inside it's designed in such a way that it almost looks like an hourglass. And you can see some sand in the handle in this hourglass shape.
So this is a short sword, a dagger.
Looks like a dagger.
A dagger. Okay. Okay. I will pick it up.
Okay. You grab it, and as you do, that internal light almost seems to fade slightly. It's still as amazing as it was, and the room itself seems to dim ever so slightly. And you pick it up and you're looking at it, and because it was flat, the sand had kind of settled, like if you have an hourglass on the side. And now that you pick it up to look at it, the sand starts falling through, and as you're watching the sand fall through, you feel a very strange sensation. Almost like time is starting to run slower, and you see the sand slowing to a trickle, and then eventually, you can't quite be sure, but you think the grains have literally stopped mid-fall, and you hear behind you, oh no. No. And as you turn around to look at your dad, the wall, or not even the wall, there's like a ripple almost in front of the wall, as if something is pulling itself through like the fabric of reality. This thing, these long spindly black fingers, almost skeletal, grab each side of this ripple and slowly pull it open, and a head squeezes through, quite similar to the shadow. It's almost like it's dressed in these long flowing robes covering everything, obscuring the face. So as this thing kind of pulls itself through this strange ripple, he just looks at you completely pale, completely shocked. You need to get out of here.
But what is this thing? Do I recognize it as like the same figure that pointed at me?
You do. No.
When I was younger. No. Okay.
Actually, no. You. So it's weird. You do recognize it. Apologies. But now that you're looking at it, you get this almost that same feeling you got when you saw it the first time, and you realize now when you saw it, it didn't actually speak. You saw no movement, you heard no sound, but it's almost like you were hearing it. You just felt this intent towards something or someone, and right now you can feel this intent towards your father.
I can't leave you here.
If you don't leave, another one's gonna come. You gotta get out of here right now.
But what about you? How can I come back to you?
He turns and looks at you and just I'll find a way. And he smacks you in the chest with like an open palm, and as he does, you fall backwards and you see everything start to fade as you feel yourself get sucked back through that same feeling that you had when you were being pulled through the ice, and everything goes black. And that is where we will end this.
Wow. Great job, Mitch. Wow.
So, when you next check your character, I will have added the second blade to you.